YouTuber, right? Here's another video. I always think about trying to make these videos and do like a unboxing. I ended up getting some more parts. I've been getting a lot of parts lately, but I'll show you. Like, I already took the whole center console apart again. The last thing I did, I installed the base bushings from Hybrid Racing to my OEM shift box, and actually it made a difference. It for sure made a difference. It felt a lot better. And then there's one thing that I've always thought about, right? I was like, should I end up getting the Hybrid Racing shifter? You know, I wish Acuity made them, because I feel like since they're kind of like a newer design, I feel like they're a little bit better. However, they don't make them for the TSX. But yeah, I feel like the Acuity, I wish they would have made it. I would have tried to jump on one of those, but it's all good. I know there's a lot of different versions of the Hybrid Racing shifter. I ended up getting a good deal again from Heel Toe. I ended up buying that, and I also bought the CMC, the Clutch Master Cylinder, because it's been making noise for a while. Actually, since I bought it, it's been making noise, but it hasn't failed. But I kind of feel it is. It might soon. I don't know, just making more and more noise. It doesn't leak either, but I ended up getting it. I don't want to get too off topic, because there's more that go to the CMC, but then. So I ended up getting it, and I have it. So I took this apart already. I cleaned up a little bit, just to make sure, everything was clean before we installed. You can see everything's on the side right here. Everything's pretty much. I mean, I could have made a video how to, but the thing with that is just I don't really have that much time to do it. I mean, I do, but I just didn't want to be out here too long. There's other videos that show you the how-tos on this, but. Took this thing apart. It took me maybe 10 minutes, and that's just because I was trying to remember. There's some kind of like hidden bolts down here, and I couldn't figure it out for some reason. But whatever, I got through it. This, the clip always for the cable that goes, on the shifter. It's down here. That one took a little bit. It didn't take me long though. I just I found a way to pry it, and that came out pretty good. So it wasn't too much. I've taken this apart. This is maybe my third, fourth time doing it. So it's not too bad. But the shifter bushings are here, but I have the shifters over here, kind of have them side to side, right? I like the shifter, the OEM one, especially because I ended up doing the CT Engineering short shifter, which just basically adds that extension piece right there. And that's only like $70, $75, something like that from Heel Toe, and it worked just fine. It actually shortened the shifts a lot. So it's a good upgrade. So if you combine the CT short shifter, the base bushings, I also did the D10 springs, and I also did the cable bushings that are under up there by the transmission, where the cable's connected to the transmission, and all those put together, the shifter feels really solid. It was really good. I have nothing bad to say about it. I liked it, but I was kind of like, should I try to get this other one? And I said, screw it. Jumped on it. It was he actually had it for less than what you could find them on the actual hybrid website. I was thinking about trying to wait as well till Black Friday, but the price was pretty good. I think he had them for like $370. Plus, I had some points from buying stuff, so I combined that. I am also active duty military, so he gave me another discount for that. So all in all, that's not a bad deal. I think I ended up probably paying, I got like 5% off, so like 10% off. So I ended up paying like maybe $340. So it's not bad. This is on the website, on Hybrid Racing's website. I think it's an actual. I think you pay a good $430, $440. So that's not a bad deal. Got it fairly quick. But yeah, I mean, here's a stock one. One thing that I didn't like, when I messed up my shift boot, I ended up doing the Hybrid Racing, the shift collar, which now didn't allow me to run my spoon knob anymore, which kind of upset me, because I like my spoon knob. So I went back to stock. But here it is. I'm gonna go ahead and install it. Seems fairly easy. It's funny because most of the videos that I see that everything is kind of set up when it comes from factory. It'll be set up on the lowest setting. So here it looks like it's set up at the shorter. for the shift, for the throw, and also for the gate, which is fine. That's what I was gonna do anyways. So I'll go ahead, install it. I'll do a review on the differences. I know with the CT engineering, it doesn't mess with your gate, so your gate was still the same, right? And there's still a little play. Like, I know it's not a solid surface here either, but you could see even just right there when I'm being moved, it kind of moves side to side, and that's one thing that I didn't like. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I'm nitpicking now, but you know, there's a little bit of play. You kind of, if I could find a way to get it on a solid ground, I guess I'll put it on the floor, right? So there's just a way that there's a little bit of play, side to side play, and you know, I didn't like it. It wasn't bad, like I said. It's a OEM shifter. I know back before, from what I've read, they used to sell these springs, a stiffer spring, and I think that would have adjusted some of that stuff. But nonetheless, we're here now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to tighten up these other parts just to make sure they're tight. Which it looks like everything's good to go. Nothing feels loose. Everything feels good to go. This is obviously going to be for your throw adjustment. It's just for your gate adjustment. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in. Another thing that I bought. A lot of people run this without the shift boot, because the whole thing is, you know, the shifter looks good without it. Just because you want to show it off, right? I ended up seeing a video from Rich Media. I'm sure you guys have seen him on YouTube. And he runs this clear one. It's just wrapped in plastic. So I hit up the same guy. It's like BMO or something like that on Instagram. I'll go ahead and put it down in the description. And I asked him if he still made them, and he said yeah, and I got it within a couple of days, which was cool. So I bought this. This was $60, so it's clear, right? I was actually trying to get the one from I'm not sure what you call him, La Tommy Law. I know he doesn't have his TSX anymore, and he doesn't really make videos anymore. But I was trying to get the carbon one that he had, but it looks like his website's no longer there. I guess he stopped trying to sell them, so it's kind of hard to get them. I saw another TSX guy here in Southern California, and he sells a carbon one. So I went ahead and bought that one too. So his was $25. So we'll see. I'll test it out without, and with nothing, just showing. Then I'll test it out with this, see if I like this look better. And the carbon one should be here quick. It shouldn't be too long till it comes in. Once I get that, I'll swap it out and I'll see which one I like. But I'm kind of leaning towards nothing or the clear, just because you could still see it with the clear, right? But it's kind of just does cover it up enough so you don't make a not a mess, but at least so it'll stop from things from falling in there. But let me go ahead and complete this. There's a couple other things that I installed. I was trying to make a video on it, but I'll show you once I'm done with this. All right, so it didn't take me that long to put it in. Had to push back I already put everything back together. We just need to put that centerpiece on. But the cable that's for the one that connects to the bottom, so I'm guessing that's the one for your shift, because I know the up and down one, and then you got the cable for your gate, right? So that's the gate right there. I ended up getting more with the most aggressive. That's pretty rough. I don't know if it's a combination of the shifter cable bushings and the shifter cable bushings. You know what? I just realized that the whole time that I did the video, I wasn't sideways. That's my bad. The shifter cable bushings, and then the DE10 spring. This thing is kind of hard. It's kind of rough. It's definitely more notchy. Let me take it so you can kind of see this. It's more notchy for sure. I'm able to see I was able to put back my my spoon shift up, which that's what I wanted the whole time. But look at, like, my gate's like hard. So that's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, reverse. That thing's crazy. See, I will adjust later, but I'm fine with it right now. But yeah, it's done. I just had to adjust the one that goes up and down, the cable that goes up and down, the one with the C clip. I had to adjust that one. You have to push in a little bit, but everything went in pretty smooth. No issues. You know, we always have the same stuff that we always mess with. The C clip, which the C clip was, found a little piece of trash. The C clip wasn't even that bad. But I had already taken it off before, and I kind of understood the situation with it. But yeah, I should have probably backed you guys out a little bit. But yeah, it's on. I'm happy with it. I'll drive it around. I'll see how I feel. So I ended up putting that clear piece, because I was gonna leave it like this, but then I was like, well, there's more of a chance for stuff to fall in, which stuff still can fall in there. But I went ahead and put it on. I'll see how it looks. But yeah, I'll link that plastic piece to the guy that did it. I know he did it for Rich as well. That's how I got the idea and the information. I reached out to him. I hit him up. I paid him. I'm guessing as you order, he'll make them. So I paid him. He made it. I think I paid him on a Friday or on a Saturday. He shipped it on Tuesday, and I think I received it by Wednesday, Thursday. But I was just waiting for me to install it. I need to put a couple things in. Connect my seat warmers for the switch. There's a couple wires here. There's spots on the actual shifter for you to connect them. However, I've taken them off so many times they don't clip anymore. So I ended up using some of my zip ties that I had here. It still looks fairly clean. They're black, so it'll blend in. Another thing, the instructions that they have on hybrid, I only had to look in there real quick. I was just trying to make sure everything was right. And I seen something like use provided zip tie. They didn't provide any zip ties, which is not a big deal. It's not a big deal at all. But okay, let me go ahead and finish this up. Then we'll finish up this video. All right, so there it is. It looks complete. Well, it doesn't look complete. It is complete. Put everything back together. Spoon shift knob. Have it kind of low. I see a lot of people. They run this very. I was just looking at something. They run this very. They just have it up higher. I'll try to run it like this. I'll try to mess with it with the height. I guess I could go a little higher, because right here I feel like my arm's going a little bit down. But I have it as close as possible to me. I would think maybe I'll try to mess with it. See if I put it straight back. Just so, I guess if it's straight back, it's closer to me. But I want it more towards me, so I could be able. I don't necessarily. Well, the shifts are so short, it doesn't even matter, though. Like, look at fifth. Look at where fifth is. That's almost like center. I'm just laughing because I'm just so amazed how short these are. I think the old shifter I had with the CT engineer, I think it's just that short. This just feels a lot notchier right now. And then especially with the gate. The gate, I don't have it before. I had no gate adjustment before. You can reverse. Damn, even reverse goes in tough. But I'll mess with it. I'll see how I like it. I might mess with the the settings on how I put it, the height. But as of right now, that's what it is. One other thing that I did, alright, something else that I already did, and I was gonna make a whole video about all these things, unboxings, whatever. I did this the last week. I went ahead and installed the FD2 Intake Manifold cover. So now it covers up the fuel rail, which I didn't think it looked bad, but now I just want this to look more OEM if I can. So that was one of the pieces that I wanted. I'm thinking about going back to the stock box for a little bit. Let's see what it does. I know it's not going to make as much noise, but that's fine. That's what I got this for, just for the noise. But we'll see. Just to make it look very OEM, because that's all you can really see here. Only the person that knows that this is not this is not the actual cover. You could just see it, for one, it looks newer than that other one. But the intake manifold is not as long as the TSXs have them. It fit really good. I had to trim some plastic on the side to clear the fuel rail where it connects. So I had to do that. So anybody that does done it or hasn't done it or is thinking about doing it, because this will fit any RBC or RRC intake manifold. So it'll cover that part up. But just know that you're gonna have to cut away at that plastic. You see that blue piece? That blue piece, there's probably like a millimeter between that and the plastic. I had to cut off probably like a half an inch of the plastic just so it sits on that, so it doesn't sit on it. But other than that, that's what I did. Still got some other stuff to install. I still got my racing cat to put in, my catalytic converter. Need to put that in. I'll probably do it next week. I thought about doing it this week, but there's just too much. I have no time. I already have, I'm gonna go out, have some spend some time with the wife and kids. But there is the shifter. I'm not gonna lie to you, it just makes it look a little bit better. I'll see how the carbon piece fits once it gets here. Look at that. The interior's coming out pretty good. Very, very clean. Been thinking about trying to get seats and whatever. There's always something to get. I do have to look for this piece. This piece is broken. This clip. There's a clip that goes in. There's a clip that goes in here, inside right there, and it broke in, and it broke off. The clip didn't break. The clip like kind of grabs to this plastic piece, and that plastic piece broke off. You can see right here where it broke off into that clip. So I must have figured something out or look for another piece to get it so it sits like that. That's probably the only gripe I have about my interior right now, because I get to see that every single time. Other than that, man, it's just a good old OEM stock clean TSX. All right, everybody, like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna make another video, like I said, when I install my to review the shifter. When I do that race cat, it's the FTLP, I think it's called, from heel toe. Hopefully it gives me a little bit of power. The car does have 213,000 miles. So the cat, it's thrown me a couple codes, P0420, which from what I read, it could be the cat. Let me see if I put that on and see if it actually makes a difference in power. I know when I installed the exhaust, I had heard that the exhaust really don't do much to these cars, but I felt the difference. Once I installed the Revo medallion, I definitely felt a difference in power. So I'm not gonna say it's like extremely fast because it's so slow, but still slow, still a heavy car. But I did feel the difference. It's more spunky. So okay, cool. On to the next one.